So I know you guys see the score below me. It was not a close game. If you missed the game, it was not a good game. This is a product of garbage points and garbage time, and the Saints, once again, too little too late. Welcome into Saints Now by Chat Sports. If you're tired of the New Orleans Saints sucking, I need you to like this video, and I need you to go in the comment section and type "who dat" so we can try and reverse some of this bad juju. But let's get into the numbers. Let's take a look at the box score, the scoreboard of the day. It was an ugly game, man. It was not one of those that you can come home and be like, wow, what a good day. Carr played really well. I'll give him credit where it's due. Almost 320 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Derek Carr, back-to-back games with 3 touchdowns. That hasn't happened in the Saints' career. He hasn't had 3 touchdowns or more up until last week, and he did it in back-to-back weeks. Unfortunately, it's too little too late for the New Orleans Saints once again. Alvin Kamara, the run game, the offensive line, I mean, goodness gracious, dude, they couldn't get anything moving. And you can see the numbers on your screen. Matthew Stafford had over 200 yards in the first half, finished the day with 328, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Kyren Williams, I'm really not trying to be disrespectful when I say this, but who in the heck is Kyren Williams? Who is this guy? Like, I hadn't heard about him until I started doing scouting stuff on this game. And he absolutely feasted. 104 yards and a touchdown. What are we doing here? Puka NaCua? Over 150 yards. What are we doing? What is going on here? What? Dennis Allen, his one redeeming quality is that he's a defensive-minded coach and that his defense is always firing on all cylinders, and they're really good. I don't know if it's Joe Wood's problem, who's the defensive coordinator. I don't know if it's a Dennis Allen problem, but there's a big-time problem, and things need to change. I don't want to turn this into a fire Dennis Allen rant, but at this point, like, dude, what are we doing here? Like, what's going on? But, guys, I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of analysis I'm going to provide y'all, and I have a lot of frustration that I would like to voice and get off my chest. But before that, I want you guys to go ahead and help us out. Subscribe for daily coverage of the New Orleans Saints. We provide live watch parties every single week for the Saints. We've only missed one game this season because I was out of town for my best friend's wedding in Mexico. And guess what? We still put out a postgame video afterwards. We're talking about Jane Daniels being a Saint more than any other YouTube channel. We're talking about firing Dennis Allen more than any other YouTube channel. So if you want to be a part of our movement, help us out and join the almost 25,000 subscribers we have. Lock us in, turn on your notifications, and join our family here. All right. I'm really not looking forward to looking at these numbers here. Total offense, 340 yards, man. Derek Carr accounted for 304. It's unbelievable. Taysom Hill didn't get involved. Jamal Williams didn't get involved. Alvin Kamara couldn't do anything. At this point, the Saints are a product of a bad offensive line. Like, I think we have to call a spade here, and I've said it for a few weeks now. I've said it when I'm frustrated, and I've said it when I'm calm. This team is not good. This is not a good football team. Can they win games? Yeah, we've seen them do it 7 times this season. But once again, the Saints play their football game and play the game that they want to. Now they're back at they're under 500 again. Rams offense, on the other hand, these numbers stink. These numbers rule. If the Saints did this and you lost, I'd be like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, you did everything you could. Thing is, you didn't. 458 yards, 7 yards of play is atrocious. 4.2 yards per carry is insane to me. The New Orleans Saints couldn't stop they couldn't stop a runny nose here today. They couldn't do anything. They had no answer for any of the issues that the Rams presented to them. They couldn't do a thing. The Rams were perfect. No turnovers. None forced. Every key to victory that I had for the Saints, they did the opposite. And I'm just going to say it. Maybe I know ball because we all know how this game ended out. But guys, who's to blame for the loss here? I'm not going to let you say Derek Carr. He played pretty well. That interception was stupid. He played decently well. 3 touchdowns, 300 yards. Like, that's good. The offensive line, to me, is the one to blame. They couldn't protect Carr. They couldn't give Alvin Kamara lanes to run. They couldn't do a damn thing. The defense also was really, really bad today, too. So, who do you blame? Is it coaching? Is it a player? Is it a specific unit? Let me know in the comment section. Guys, these games are tough to watch. And I have been very upset watching a lot of these games, but Prize Picks has made it so much easier. I'm like really trying to struggle not getting through this post-game show. But I can tell you, because Prize Picks is so fun and because Prize Picks offers so many awesome deals and so many great flash steals and crazy cool promotions, it makes it a little bit better. All you do is pick 2 or more players. You choose more or less based on a numerical projected stat. That's it. It's you versus numbers. It's not you versus sharks. It's not you versus pros. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use that promo code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Here are the projections that we tried to roll with tonight. Alvin Kamara was bad. He didn't even have 20. He didn't have 30 yards on the ground. I mean, it was just a terrible day from 41. Taysom Hill, where the heck were you, man? Pete Carmichael, do you forget that you had number 7 on the roster? Just curious. Would have loved to win some money there. That little red icon right there, that's a demon projection, meaning they make the projection a little bit harder, and it's a little bit, the stat that you have to get is a little bit tougher, but the payout is real nice. Matthew Stafford was wheeling and dealing today. He had a great game. So, of course, we didn't do anything. However, look at it silver lining. If you would have just done the exact opposite of what I've done, you would have made some big-time money today. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use that promo code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. PrizePicks is daily fantasy sports made easy. All that information is in the comment section description of this video because y'all are my best friends and because I love the heck out of you. So I do want to get to some positive here. Believe it or not, there is some positive. A.T. Perry. A.T. Perry has been great. It feels like every single time he gets the ball in his hands, he's making a play. A.T. Perry, it feels like he's allergic to not making plays. This season, 7 catches, 153 yards, 1 touchdown. He's averaging 21.9 yards per catch. Today, 1 catch, 35 yards, 1 touchdown. There you go. Why are we not getting him more involved? Why are we not giving him the ball? Give the ball to A.T. Perry. It's unbelievable to me. Derek Carr, like I said, pretty solid day. The completion percentage isn't great, but 319 yards, 3 touchdowns, that's nice. If you complete like 5 more of those passes, 6 more of those passes, maybe you win this game. Alvin Kamara was no help. In the receiving game, sure, he did a little bit. But in the rushing game, the dude couldn't move. Alvin Kamara receiving today, 5 catches for 16 yards, 9 carries for 19 yards. Alvin Kamara had less than 40 yards of offense today. He just came off a week where he had over 100 in total offense. Not ideal. Not ideal whatsoever. But what is ideal, shout out to Chris Olave. He crossed and he eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark for the season. Had a stellar day today. 9 catches, 123 yards. 28 was his long. No touchdowns, but the guy got you down a football field and then some. Well, you get down the football field one more time and you get a touchdown. So Chris Olave theoretically could have he gave you one of these touchdowns. Like, that's my point here. And when you combine Chris Olave and what Rashid Shaheed did, you really did get a touchdown. That 45-yard bomb to Sheed had me juiced. It had me amped. That was like, oh, okay, hold on. Maybe this isn't going to be one of those primetime embarrassments for the Saints. Maybe this is going to be one of those games like, oh, crap. They're here to play. that's kind of the rest we saw from Rashid Shaheed the rest of the day. You didn't see a ton from him in the second half. This game was just bad, man. There's a lot of fingers to point the blame to. There's a lot of frustration to be shared, and there's a lot of issues that need to be resolved. That's the word I'm looking for. There's a lot of issues that need to be resolved. Fortunately, you are in the worst division in the NFL, college football, and in most states, high school football. So you're still alive in the playoffs, believe it or not. You have about a 23% chance to make the playoffs. Your only chance to win in the division. Had you beat the Rams today, you're pretty much in the playoffs if you don't screw up these last few weeks. Not the case anymore. So Dennis Allen is at risk of another losing season and another season where he does not make the postseason. So maybe Mickey Loomis will finally wake up, open his eyes, and stop playing the bias and the best friend card and make changes for the people who, cut his checks and the people who fill his stadium. Dennis Allen isn't filling it. Saints fans are. People who want to see Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave, Jimmy Graham. By the way, where the hell was he today? Just didn't come in at all. Taysom Hill. Those are the people that get you into the game or get people into seats, not Dennis Allen. So, Mickey, you had $5 tickets at your home stadium last week. Maybe something change should happen. But, guys, grade the Saints' performance tonight for me. C-. I'm going to give it a C-. There was some good. Not a lot, but some good. Honestly, check that. D+. They didn't pass in my eyes. Today they did not pass the pass. But they did do a few good things right. Chris Olave looked great coming off the ankle injury. Like I said, A.T. Perry was awesome. Rashid Shaheed, that one touchdown was dope. Outside of that, not a lot of positive stuff. But guys, I appreciate all of you for hanging out with us. I appreciate you for tuning into our post-game recap, and our live reaction. This was filmed as a part of our live watch party, so if you want to join us next week for Saints versus Buccaneers, I encourage you to subscribe and turn on your notifications. And as always, Saints fans, y'all stay golden. We'll catch you next time.